Hi CCA, I'm Katie.
And I'm Gabby. And we've postponed our regular CCA-TV programming due to the lockdown yesterday, so we can bring you the latest information.
We are joined with Mr. Mueller and Mr. Copeland. Thank you guys for being with us today.
Thank you.
Mr. Mueller, could you briefly tell us about how the threat came into CCA and exactly what steps were taken?
Yesterday at approximately 2:55, we received a call on our 4200 line. Our 4200 line is an internal security line that is staffed throughout the entire instructional day. A teacher had called in to share that a student brought to his attention a post on the social media site Yik Yak that stated that Canyon Crest Academy was targeted in a specific threat. Anytime our students are at risk, we go into our lockdown mode, and we immediately locked our campus down, understanding we had a very limited amount of time before the bell rang. We locked our campus down, we called 911, and we began coordinating our efforts with local law enforcement and our district office personnel.
We know there's a similar incident at Torrey Pines earlier in the day, so were these two connected, and how did Torrey Pines' situation affect us?
So Torrey Pines' situation influenced our course of action in that we were in frequent communication with the administrators at Torrey Pines, and we understood that they were currently in lockdown. So we were able to communicate with our staff, just really reminding our staff what our protocol would be to remain vigilant and to be sure to notify us of any suspicious behavior or any concerns that they had through that 4200 line. We're not 100% sure if the two instances are connected, but we do know that our law enforcement had a suspect and that we should be hearing additional information today about their success in apprehending the suspect that may have been responsible for one or both of these threats.
Overall, how did the lockdown go?
You know, I really want to celebrate the way our students and our faculty handled the lockdown. We have done lockdown drills in the past, and we've always received feedback from our staff and from our students about what we could have done better. Yesterday, I believe that our students and our teachers understood the urgency because our sensitivities were already heightened due to what was happening at Torrey Pines. The responsiveness of our teachers, the way that our students reacted, we're really proud of our student body and our entire school community. The San Diego Police Department and our district administrators couldn't say enough about how serious our students took this threat. Given that our bell rang and we had, the potential for 1,600 students to stream off campus, our parents were cooperative and patient. One of the comments from our associate superintendent was, we've known that CCA students have a reputation of being overachievers, but yesterday the way in which you and your peers handled our lockdown is something that we should all be proud of. Fortunately, there wasn't an imminent threat. We were able to do a staggered release of our lockdown, but the way that we handled ourselves yesterday gives us as an administrative team confidence that our students know how to respond to an emergency and that we're going to take care of one another, support each other, and ensure the safety of those students on our campus to the best of our ability.
Before we wrap up today, do you have any advice for our students about the lockdown procedure should this happen again?
Yes, whether it's a drill or a real event, number one, we want our kids to be in a shelter, whether it's a classroom or the nearest shelter. And we encourage our students and our staff to, number one, take it seriously, to remain quiet and calm, to get on the floor, turn off the lights, making sure that our kids are, what we say, and our staff, as invisible as possible. If there is somebody on campus who's here to do harm or possibly do harm, we want that person to think that that classroom or that area is vacant. And if everyone does that, we'll keep our students and staff safe. And as Mr. Mueller said, yesterday went wonderfully well as can be expected. Of course, we're still always looking to get better, but yesterday was, we're very proud of the way our students and staff responded to the real event.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Stay safe, CCA.
Go Ravens.